only yarns right here on the Crochet Crowd. This is where you get to see the yarn slut put all his balls away. It's kind of interesting. I haven't actually cleaned this room in a long time, and things have been piling up. I got Christmas and a lot of stuff. We haven't actually set up for Christmas, I think, in 3 years so far now. So anyway, some of it is in this room, others is in another closet. At least I'm not in the closet. So anyway, so I'm cleaning my room today, and I'm just trying to get things all set up and ready to go. And we welcome you if you're new to the Crochet Crowd. Welcome, and I'm your host, Mikey, and I teach crochet for a living. I've been doing it 17 years right here on YouTube, so I've been around a long time. So anyway, I've been collecting yarn over the years. I give away a lot of yarn. No, don't email me for some free yarn. So it doesn't work that way. So I live in a very creative area where, and the reason why we moved to Nova Scotia is that it's such a creative space. So the neat thing about my area is that if there's a women's shelter, if there's a school system, if there's a senior facility or anything like that, even mental facilities, there's a need here in the area. So I don't need to actually ship out my yarn anywhere because literally I'm providing yarn for my region. So it's actually kind of a neat thing. I have a friend named Margaret. I know her affectionately as Betty, it's her nickname. And so she grabs all of my stuff and takes it to one place, and then they divide it up between the palliative care in the hospitals, dialysis, and then any of the other institutions that are around. And so we are organizing today. So we have a Nova Scotia bus tour crochet adventure coming here in less than 3 weeks. And so we have 2 tours this year for the very first time. We have always done our events in the United States pretty much. And so it's the first time actually coming and bringing it here to my home. And so this is one of the stops out of the whole week long that we have the people. So we're going to pick them up at the airport hotel. And then we have a whole week of these people. They even get their own cottage at a certain point of our mini adventure that we're doing. And so the house has to be cleaned up or Daniel is going to have a bird. So anyway, and I honestly, I don't want people taking photos of my house either, and it's all a mess. So I don't mind taking my own mess, but yeah. So anyway, I had to make sure that nothing in the house is trippable. So that's what we're doing. So I have a lot of yarn that I work with. I have no issues with throwing out yarn. So if you see me throwing out yarn in this broadcast, just know that you will not be harmed in the process if I put it into a garbage bag. I also have recycle bags that if I decide that I'm going to gift it to an organization, I'm going to do so as well. The way that it works with Yarn Inspirations is sometimes they will send me a sample of yarn. And when I say a sample, it could be a ball or two. And so I end up with all these little oddballs in the house. And so the only way to really get rid of it is to give it away to somebody that could use it if I'm not going to eventually get to it. And so my is actually organized. I know it's hard to believe when you're looking at this shit show. And it is actually organized by the brand. I don't organize it by the color because I'm not that ridiculous in my own head, because honestly I don't want to. And so if you organize by color, it's a good thing. For myself, it's not so important. So yeah. So we had that happening today. Apparently it's Pride also in Toronto. So Karen has flown out to see her daughter on Friday and doing a whole shebang, and she's coming back tomorrow. So she's out there for the weekend. She did a Thai Cats game. She did a tall sip sailing boat because she's a cadet officer, so she loves her boats because she's in the naval area. And so anyway, so she's doing that. So she's doing Pride with her daughter today, and with a bunch of group of friends as well. And so overall, it's a good day. And honestly, it's been probably a good thing as she got the hell out of the province, because it's been unseasonably cold here. The weather is really horrible. Anyways, Daniel even had the fireplace on yesterday. It's that bad. So anyway, today is only fans. Sorry, only yarns. That was actually a real slip. And so anyway, don't expect your host to be removing his clothes or during this broadcast. This is all about, the yarn. So if I slip off a ball band, I want to hear those groans. Yes, Mikey, rip that ball band off. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you never know. Yeah, with that, right? So, yeah, so Lisa was saying that it was 95 degrees in Ohio. It's been pretty, the weather's been pretty shitty, honestly. So, and it hasn't rained in a long time, so the trees are actually starting to lose leaves because it's drying out too much. So, you can't do one without the other. So yeah. So we have Operation Crochet Sailor. You know her as Ola Joe there, and or Andrea, I should say. And so she's fantastic. We've had her as a guest on one of our broadcasts as well, and I forget where she lives, but she's in the south somewhere. She's a retired vet as well. I think there's a lot of crocheters that when we do these events, especially in the United States, we have a lot of women that come out. We have primarily women that show up at the events, so I'm just gonna say primarily women, and others that come out, and pretty much a lot of people are retired from the United States Armed Forces. Sorry, United States. What's that called in the United States? Canadian Armed Forces, but the U.S. military, is that what they call it? I don't even know. So anyway, so we have a lot of people with that. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, that's kind of what we're going through. Interestingly enough, I started cleaning on Friday because I saw the weather was going to be kind of shitty. So anyway, I got contacted by CBC, as Canadian Broadcast Corporation. CBC is a national news station, and they're across Canada. So they are doing a profile on crochet for the Canadian news coming up. It's going to be TV and radio. And so anyway, he got a hold of me on Friday night, and I had a pre-interview with him yesterday over the phone. And I was sharing with him about, the benefits of crochet because um, there seems to have been a post on the Crochet Crowd Facebook that has triggered a lot of new people to come out to our Stitch group, and as well as got this guy's attention with the news media. And it's so interesting. Like I've been saying for a long time, well, we have a Stitch group, no new people show up. But then this particular post ends up getting all these new people, which is awesome. And anyway, it grabbed his attention. So he apparently has somebody at the news station that does crochet during lunch. So anyway, so he was asking me a lot about it, and so he was saying, well, he doesn't really want to touch too much on the mental part of crochet. And I said, I think that's what makes me popular. I said it's because it's relatability of of why we stitch. Um, it's very rare that I meet a stitcher that doesn't have a backstory that is beyond, oh, I just wanted to learn. Some people use, the majority of people that I know have picked up crochet because of a reason, whether they want to carry a legacy forward of their grandparents or their parents, or whether they are doing it for the stitching health of it. And so I was telling him, I said, that is the connection of yarn. Um, yeah. And just hang on 1 second. Hey, Google, stop. Hey, Google, stop. Hey, Google, stop. Google, stop. My God. Google, stop. Hey, Google, stop. My God. My Google is such an asshole. Okay. So I find a lot of people are turning to the crochet to as a mental release, and at least it was for me as well. So I said, don't dismiss that part of what crochet is, because a lot of us are crocheting for charity as well, and there again, there's a reason. So it's more than just I see something I want to try to duplicate it. There's usually a reason, and so for myself, it's been a lifeline for that. So I find that's probably the most interesting thing about this. So he read my backstory to get kind of an idea on that as well. And so Judith, you are a member of the Passport, and welcome. So anyway, so it's a lot of things. So Lisa says it helped me coming out of the COVID disaster. So we have I call them COVID crocheters, where a lot of people probably have been um, putting aside what they want to do, and COVID, because it forced you to stay home, to literally put the time to something new. And so we have a lot of COVID crocheters that literally finally had the time because they were forced to sit back and wait it out. And honestly, I don't ever want to repeat that time in my life again. it was very unpredictable. And hindsight is always 2020. So you got a lot of assholes that, you know, say, well, they should have blah blah blah. Well, you know, at the time, all of us were in the dark pretty much with what was going on. So it's so easy to blame something now, but at the time it was so raw and fresh that you didn't even know who to believe on TV. And so, anyway, once that all went down, I got rid of my cable because I realized I was too connected to the news to actually be able to be mentally sound. So that's kind of where I am for that. Yeah. So I think a lot of people turn to that. So that's going to be kind of interesting how that plays out. Um, so I end up with a lot of partial balls with stuff um, that I'm not really sure what to do with. And you know, and it's one of those things where I've been noticing a lot of Halloween stuff is coming out in the craft stores. When I say craft store, it starts with M. But a lot of this Halloween is really bulky stuff. And so I look at it and say, that's so super cute, but where am I going to put it if it's not Halloween? So I'm trying to watch that I don't clutter my house down. So I picked up some shelves yesterday at the HD, you know, the orange store. And so I picked that up. And so I ended up taking you on a little tour here. So I ended up getting 4 sets of shelving. And so the shelving was never, this stuff was never here. But I got a lot of stuff. I went on this crazy, this guy's from France, by the way. So a crocheter crocheted this and sent this to me from France. And this is like probably over 10 years old now. Anyway, just super cute. And no, I don't know where the pattern is. So I know that's coming. But anyway, I went on this whole mantra of collecting reindeers that have never been out. Anyway, they were selling them for like buy one, get one free. And anyway, I have a whole case of these. They're all completely different. And I have another section of these things. And anyway, so what am I going to do with this? I don't know, but it's cute. And anyway, so I have stuff like that. And unfortunately, it's too tall for my shelves. So I decided that I'm not going to block in my entrance of my yarn by having solid shelves. So when you come in, like I don't want the shelf to be like right up to here. So when you walk in that you have to walk past the shelf, I want to just be able to kind of just peek my head in and make sure that there's no ghosts in here before, you know, stitches of yarn past coming through here. So I have a lot of samples too. So I've been giving away a lot of samples to charities. So I have a sample shelf that I have. I have actually several sample shelves right there. They're the old blankets. I have to rephotograph those at some point. And I also have some bins over here. So more thing, you probably recognize all this stuff. It's all been available. And then I order yarn online. So the box, it's still in the box. I know I needed it so bad I had to have it just so I can keep it in a box at my house. I know. So anyway, so I'm kind of just trying to organize stuff. I've been writing on boxes. I have more samples here, and just stuff that you know you think you need but you don't. And so I have a million safety eyes, but I don't have the right size. God, it sounds like a yarn user altogether. So you know, and there's stuff like this that it's hard to store because if you put something on it, it flexes and then it's garbage. And so I find myself just collecting crap. I know. So, and anyway, one of these boxes, so, you know, we used to do Creative Festival back in 2014. One of these boxes was still packed up from Creative Festival. Had the receipts and because shopping bags are banned here in Nova Scotia. So I have all of these shopping bags that we had from the Creative Show. I don't know what to do with that. I even have, I don't even know what to do with it. Like they're just little display stands that you can chalk on there. So a store was going out of business, so I bought these things. So anyway, got a whack at these things. I don't even know what to do with it. But I have to determine what I need and do this. Now, I don't know why, but I had a whole thing of nuts. And anyway, so I was like, holy cow, like one of... So anyway, I thought I had like a chipmunk, because okay, I'll level with you. I found the dead chipmunk in here. It was disintegrated. It was mummified. So that was like 3 days ago. That's why I started cleaning. Don't tell anybody. So anyway, so I found these nuts on the floor. And I thought, oh my God, the chipmunk has been using my house. Turns out I forgot that I bought these things, but these things, I don't even know why I bought them. But at the miniature club, sorry, I have trouble with my hands. At the miniature club, they converted these into little buoys, buoys, and then strung them up and then hung them outside of a little fisherman's cabin, like in miniature format. And anyway, I'm like, where did you get those things? And it turns out I have a whole thing of nuts. um, so I'm pretty excited about that. So my hands aren't working so well, but I got these so in case I ever want to paint these up and make them into little buoys. Yeah, convert those nuts into something else, right? Yeah. So yeah. So one of the things that I don't like to do is I don't like to store my yarn into sealed containers. I have this one container back in the other house. I learned my lesson the hard way. And let me get the light off you here. And so anyway, I put yeah. So anyway, I put the yarn inside a sealed container, and when I opened it, you heard the shh, and realized that yarn is really a petrochemical. We all know that acrylic is. So anyway, it needs to breathe, or it can be kind of toxic. So like if it's sealed like that. So anyway, so I like anyway, and the smell was just horrendous that the whole bin ends up being in the garbage. So I always make sure that when it comes in bags, and you'll notice Yarn Inspirations does this as well, is that these things are truly never sealed completely because the yarn needs to breathe. So I'm pretty good about that. And so when I get it, what I normally do is I just break a hole in it. Okay, so then it will breathe. So you don't have to take it out of the plastic. You just got to make sure it can breathe. And so I get a lot of those bags around, right? So yeah. So anyway, so that's kind of what I have going on. So my local group, you know what they told me? Just between us friends. Turns out that when I throw yarn out at the end of the night, some people go into the bin and actually rescue it. I know. I know. So anyway, so that's kind of, I don't know why they do that. Well, I know why they do it. They can't see yarn being thrown out, but I have no issues with throwing out yarn. When I first started this whole business back in 2008, I couldn't throw out even the smallest ball of yarn. And then I end up with this massive box with all these little stupid little balls that I don't know what to do with. And so it was painful to throw those out. And then I realized, you know what? I could throw them out and I'm still alive. It's like a miracle. So I can actually throw this out. Yeah. So anyway, so I am doing that. So Mikey, look up Craft Room Organization with Jennifer Maker. She has 30 days challenge to help you declutter. So, okay, so we have that. I got to see that. So anyway, so I have a lot of stuff that I have that I like literally purchase. You know, this is a Billy Goat amigurumi. So, and this thing, again, very giveable. You see a child that you want to give away to something. So sometimes I do that. Oh, there it is. I was looking for this damn book. So anyway, we have the Mad Hatters. Remember that? Anybody remember that when we did the Mad Hatters challenge? So every Mad Hatter that was submitted to the creative show, I ended up creating a book. And so these were all the different designs that crocheters had sent me that were auctioned off to buy post-secondary education scholarships. And so this book is just completely loaded with all of the crocheters that submitted stuff. And the one on the front won first prize. So I didn't decide that. So the people that went to the show got to decide. But there were so many creative things. I should take this to Stitch Club. They would probably love to see this. So anyway, so one of the magazines actually bought one of these too. And Karen actually has one of them that's here in the book. Yeah, look at that one. Isn't that cute? Can you imagine wearing that on the top of your head? Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Oh yeah. So I'll tell you. Oh yeah, look at this one. They're all top hats. Yep. So anyway, I have to show you that. It was really quite awesome. I'll leave this out so I remember. So Lady Cray is my friend Kelly. And yeah. So anyway, so we had that going on, and that was a lot of fun. I had this one woman. Oh my God, such gossip. Okay, just our little secret. So we're getting all the top hats, but we're not showcasing what they look like. So anyway, so because we were going to do a master reveal, and so then she sends me this stuff, and she did it. Okay, her hat was horrible. Horrible, like horrible. And anyway, so then she messages me. So she mails it to me. So then she messages to me. She goes, "Well, I hope I'm gonna win this prize." Right? This hat was like. And anyways, so I said, "Well, we're gonna do a reveal, and then of all the hats together, and when we're ready, we're gonna put them all together." And anyway, so when the hats got revealed as a group, she messaged me back and she says, "Can you withdraw my hat out? I'm completely embarrassed by my hat." And anyway, so I'm like, well, maybe you should have been. Anyway, so I was like, oh my God. So people, like when you see those hats, like people really did that. And so we ended up buying 3 scholarships for fashion students for the Toronto School of Fashion. And we did that. And so it was kind of funny. But it's so funny how people don't look at the bigger picture, that really it wasn't about you winning the best hat, but it was about what the hat was going to go to. I don't think anybody bought her hat though. Yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of yeah. So loose lips sink ships, mine are sealed, says Operation Crochet Sailor. So yeah. So anyway. Oh yeah. I'm not even sure it's in the book. I'm just saying. Yeah. I think the only thing good about the hat was that she got my address right. I know. Okay, I never judge. Anyway, it was yeah. Anyway, it was horrible. Anyway, so that's kind of what's happening. But we can't all do that. I've done that too, where I've entered something where I'm like, I'm gonna win. I don't even get an honorable mention. I'm like, okay. And then I see other people's stuff. I'm like, God, they actually tried. Yeah. So anyway, I don't like entering county fairs or judging shows because I don't want my creativity ruined by somebody else making a judgment call on my creativity. So I want to do this for the fun of it. I have a lot of stupid little things like this guy. So I bought this pattern, I think, on Etsy many years ago. And so he was the mascot for the second crochet cruise year. We did pirates. Anyway, so his hair is supposed to stand up. Anyway, so he needed a little map. So then I did him a granny square. So that's he's holding his map of treasures, and he's got his little peg leg going on with his little keys and stuff. So I like stuff like this. I just my problem is whenever I crochet something, it's like, where's the pattern? Where's the video for that? And I'm like, oh my God, I bought it online, the pattern, and it's not going to be free. Yeah. So anyway, so that's kind of what we're going to be getting on to today. So I have a method to my madness. I just don't know if my madness is really wanting to work with me so much. I have more pillows than anybody can ever imagine. So I have a case of pillows there, here, and here. So they were left over from one of the crochet cruises that I bought at Joanne. So anyway, so I got all these pillows. So don't tell anybody. So what I do is I take the stuffing out of those pillows because it's cheaper than buying the stuffing. Just saying. Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of what we have. Yay. Yeah, no, I'm a crafter. I'm not a rocket scientist. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start cleaning. I have a lot of yarn to deal with. And then I got a lot of partial balls that I'm not sure what to do with, but they somehow disappear in my local stitch group without a problem. And then I got some more shelving to put up as well. So, yeah. So let's just get on with it. I'll be able to take a look at your comments as I'm going along. And we're going to get this madness over with. I know. So somehow it got messy in here. I used to actually film in here. That's probably why it was used to be clean. But anyway, I kind of got, so that's my story and I'm sticking by it. Yeah. Yep. So anyway, so let's get this thing, get this over with. Let's just get it over with. Yeah. So anyway, so that's kind of what we have. And I guess what I'll do is I'll do some shelving. You want to see me stick this in the slots, don't you? Okay, it might be only fans. See, good for you as it was for me. And I have a general rule that I don't put the shelving close to the wall so that the cat can get behind, because we leave the doors open for the cats to come and go when we're awake. And so anyway, the critters can come in with the cats. I know what you're thinking. So long. Okay. Garbage bag. I think the easiest way just this thing is just to box by box. And then I gotta look at the yarn shelves and clean those up. Okay, box of electronic stuff. This is where the electronics go to die. Huh, I was looking for that like 5 years ago. So, don't we love the shape of that? So smooth. Yeah. So, anyway, we got that. See, I know how to let go. Oh my God. Totes. Oh, my tutorial on a dish. Actually, I think I wrote a pattern for that on a dish. Sorry, I'm a sniffer. Why am I keeping this? Why am I keeping this? Why am I keeping this? Okay, totes go upstairs. I can give this to a Shh! Don't be like that. Oh, this is the right orange though. Oh, I got 2 more orange. Let's get my garbage stations all set up. Garbage. Garbage. It's this is the Stitches Right game. So I have extra. I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't have any more tops though, which is fine by me. Okay, so oh, that's oh, I did a video on that. Oh shit. Okay, these are donatable. So I did little loveys before. I'm gonna donate those to the Family Resource Center. Aren't they cute? They're half double crochet grannies. So these are available here on our channel. I think I just filmed the one, but they're both this. Actually, no, maybe I filmed both of them. You know what? Maybe I just don't even know. Maybe I'll just put them on a box. I'll double check. Because I think he was photographed. I don't know about this one. Let me check to make sure I got a free pattern for that. Oh. Okay, this is donatable. Maybe it helps if I rub my nipples. Yeah. Okay, that's gonna go to the Family Resource Center too. So what I'll do is I'll create another bag. To the Family Resource Center. So I think it's probably easier if I pull my boxes out this way, because I can just turn around and put these on the shelf behind me. So I chart everything. Possibilities. Remember that because I'm gifted, okay? So anyway, so I write the pattern in diagram format before it goes to computer. Page after page after page. Look at that bad boy. Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that cool? Do I need this anymore? No, not really. But, you know, some dickhead comes along and says, you never designed that. So there's all my working notes with all the weights of the yarn and everything. But I've typed it out on computer. And I've also grafted it out. So I have all the different stuff. So I technically don't need this anymore. I don't know if that's something like, you know, artists, I don't know if artists like keep stuff like that and say, well, you know, this was an original. Okay, I think I gotta go through this box. It's got some personal paperwork in it. Look at that, another extension cord. It's my 5th one already. Because every time I try to find one, I can't. You know, I got 5 of them behind the camera. So what I think I need to do need to set up a little station. And if the balls don't fall off the shelf like 5 times, you're not cleaning. Okay, I'm not going to admit this too loud, but the shelf is too thick. Okay, so what am I going to do first? Do I start in the center and work my way out? What would you do? Just start, right? Just doesn't matter, just start. Okay, but all my balls are not even in here yet. So I got to take my inventory on what I got. So what I think I'm going to do I'm going to bring in my other table. My table just broke. IKEA. Cheap crap. Look at that. Leg popped off. Oh my god. Okay, this table's garbage. Okay, that's garbage. So what I'll do is I'll lean it up on something. Okay. I'm terrible for shoving yarn in the bags, and then I don't know what to do with them. So I gotta just go through and what I'm actually gonna really use. For crochet cruises, we're doing pirates. Oh, that is my pirate guy. Okay, this stuff is my pirate guy. I am going to leave that in the box. That's all going on the cruise ship. So I have a tendency grabbing shopping bags, and there's still projects inside with the damn hooks. This here is a placemat that I never finished. And there's a happy hooker pin on my bag, so I'll take that off. These were the original happy hooker pins that I had many years ago. So anyway, I have hardly any left. Okay, so that goes upstairs. Oh, well, of course I needed this like right away, which is still in the damn bag. And I can't even remember the last time I was even using Bernat Symphony yarn, but this is garbage. So the group gets really frantic when I do that. So this is a placemat. I never did anything with it, but I will leave it in my cotton section. Oh dear. Well, there's all my H hooks. I found 2 already. And I never finished my itty bitty stripes. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to keep it together. I'll leave my hook with it. So this is something I can actually write up and get that out within a week. But okay, more junk's gone. Okay. Christmas. It's my Christmas pile over here. Okay, this is when you got to close your eyes because now it's. Do anything with it? I did not do anything with this. Do I like it? I don't think I'm gonna keep that. Oh, I gotta get another H hook. It's my 3rd hook. I think this is one of my designs, but I don't think I'm going to do anything with it. But I'll keep the yarn. I got little miniature elf doors. This was a Tunisian pumpkin that I never did anything with it. Okay, this is Karen cinnamon swirl. There's enough there, I can keep that. Oh, it's a hat I made. I'll keep that. Okay. Bitty stripes. I have a whole thing of bitty stripes, but I think I need to make space for it. See? A new section. This will be bitty stripes. Okay. That's Karen Blossom Cakes. Oh, that's big enough to give to the group. Oh. Okay, that's tea cakes. Tea cakes, Karen tea cakes was one of my favorites. I'm going to leave the label on that. And tea cakes was over there. Oh, it's tea cakes. This is boucle. That is Bernat. I think I want to say it's Tweety. Okay. It's up here somewhere. Okay, Bernat Maker. Oh, I was looking for a pumpkin the other day. So Michael's was selling these Bernat chunky ones for like $5 a ball. It looks like telephone cord. So anyways, the manager shows me, she goes, there's only $5. And I'm like, oh, just put it in my bag. Just she knows I can be impulsive. Okay, that's Bernat Maker. Okay, this is soft. Okay, is this Super Saver or Super Value? Okay, that Super Value. Okay. This, I love this yarn. This was Karen Jumbo Twirl. I loved this yarn. It only hit one season, that was it. Oh, So sad. Oh, that's another. Like, how pretty is that yarn? Okay, so this is Red Heart Super Saver Ombre. Here. That's Super Saver. Super Saver is right here. Okay, this here is Karen Jumbo. That's garbage. Karen 1 pound. Okay, let's do another box. So I haven't really opened up that box in much detail, so I don't know exactly what's in it, but what the hell is that? Have you ever seen that? Crochet thread baby shower. Huh, looks fancy. Okay, so now I have I really like Bernat wavelength yarn. I love the color contrast for this stuff. Ever seen this stuff? I love the way the colors work out on this stuff. Bernat wavelength yarn, I think, is a discontinued item, but I still love it. That's going to be bitty stripes, but I'll put my wavelength there. I bought the wavelength on clearance from Yarn Inspirations. So go in the clearance section of Yarn Inspirations, you never know what you're going to find. Wavelength. Another yarn I really liked was the Baby Soft Steps. You ever seen this yarn? This yarn is premium baby yarn, and yeah. So somebody's OCD is hitting. I will be fine. Don't worry about me. So this is baby yarn. We don't use baby yarn too often. Maybe, you know what, maybe I should, this is like discontinued yarn, so I should like literally keep it together. With my wavelength, because that's discontinued. And then I got a whack of itty bitty stripes. And whack in my terminology means several. And I know that I have another box of itty bitty stripes. Okay, it's garbage. Okay, itty bitty stripes. I got more of it. Okay, that's mercerized cotton that goes in my section up there. I know, you love when the bags get ripped open, don't you? Okay, my burnout blanket goes in the other room. I have 2 yarn rooms. Okay, Bernat Symphony. I bought these on clearance. I love Bernat Symphony. So it came out the first year, I want to say 2020, and then I thought it was discontinued, and it wasn't. And I didn't learn for years that it wasn't discontinued. The problem for me is that my local Michaels, they're doing more private label stuff. So I think things are discontinued, and they're not. They're just, Michaels are just carrying their own brands. Okay, that I gotta do a tutorial with. This is the $5 sale item. So I have a hard time with the thicker yarns with my hands. Okay, that. That sock yarn goes in the socks. Okay, and then I did a baby blankets with the Karen Colorado Jumbo, or Karen Colorado. It transitions yarn on it, so I got to see this yarn when it was in prototype stage at Yarn Inspirations when I went to go visit them years ago. Anyway, I have a whole section right here. Thread. This here is one of the stitch longs, I think, from last year. So I keep them in the box, and I just move the box around with me. Okay, Karen 1 pound. I use a lot of Karen 1 pound. I find the yarn is very durable, especially when you got pets. So I prefer using it over other brands. So that's gonna go over there. It's all Karen 1 pound. Bernat plush. I got 2 of these. I did bowls with these, crochet bowls, but I don't really have much plush at all. They discontinued this yarn. So, Karen Cakes. A lot of yarn gets discontinued when the stores decide that they don't want it anymore. I think that was gifted to me. I can re-gift this back out. Okay, cotton. The Skinny Cakes. Karen Skinny Cakes. That is Halo. And Bernat Plush is discontinued. So why am I going to keep that? Okay, I'll come to my senses later. And we'll move this to the shelf. Just shove it in any hole. That's what he said. Okay, thread is up here. So anybody know my favorite color for Karen 1 pound? It's not pink, it's not black. I told you, this is where yarn goes to die. Oh. You don't even want to know what that's for. Actually, I'm learning to knit with that. So this here, I was learning to knit. I was using Karen Colorama Halo, and what it is, it's a tube scarf. So you go round and round and round. So it's actually double thickness. So anyway, I did enough of it to teach myself how to knit, and so it obviously would be much longer. But I learned how to do something like this with Karen Colorama Halo. I think there's a tutorial for it. Let me check that before I open my mouth. There should be a tutorial for that. Okay. That's a tutorial sample for one of the stitch alongs. This was the Mountain Mist tutorial. This is the practice of the Mountain Mist tutorial. Why don't we remember that stuff? It's so stupid. This is a scarf design. Okay. Okay, I got sock. Wow, what a stupid box. Okay, this here is Super Saver brushed. Softy cotton. Softy cotton. Garbage. Peyton's roving. So softy cotton goes here. Roving goes in the other room. That's Karen coloring. Oh, that's that sock. So I will give that to the group. Okay, that's Melange. That's Shepish. sock yarn. Okay, this is roving, that's the other room. This is shepish. Softy cotton. Softy cotton. Okay, Red Heart with Love. I think that's what that is. That, I think that's Red Heart with Love. Okay, Unforgettable is on the floor. Okay, Simply Soft. Oh, garbage. Okay, that's Red Heart Brushed. This is Shepish with Love. Okay, that's Fancy. That's Melange. That is Ombre. Actually, I think my friend Kelly was working on that yarn. That is that right there. Forever Fleece. This is Karen Cakes. That's Cotton Cakes. Is right here. Alpaca Blend. Peyton's Alpaca Blend. There. That's giftable. I think I'll give that away too. Okay, this roving is the other room. Shepish Fancy Yarn is the other room. And Red Heart Super Saver Brushed is the other room. Okay. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. This is a garbage bag. Okay, another box. I like ordering online. Okay, what do we got here? cotton. Super value, not super value. Oh, this is my, okay, so this is my box that decided the study of reality. So these are all the color choices I had. So I bought this at Rewards in Greenwood. So I bought all the colors that Yarn Inspiration suggested when I was at the store. And then I determined what colors I was going to play with based on that. So that's all super value. Okay, we got more thread. It's garbage. Okay, this is Red Heart, sorry, Bernat Fluffy yarn. Actually, I was going to do something with that too. See, my eyes are bigger than my, or brain is bigger than my reality. That's Peyton's, that's that right there. Okay, Simply Soft, soft, soft. That's Comfort yarn. £1. That's cotton. And this here is Karen Simply Me. Karen Simply Me, that's all I have of this, is this. I think I'm going to put it with my Karen. It's all my Karen Simply Soft up here. And that is Simply Me. So this yarn here, the Karen Simply Me, it actually puffs up like a cake when you crochet with it. It's really quite neat. It's really good for wearables. Okay, Simply Soft. Red Heart Soft. Red Heart Soft was a stitch along we did. And I am going to put the Karen 1 pound with the 1 pound. This is Red Heart Comfort. See, how can you not tell that's Red Heart Comfort? Like, seriously, right? Yeah. So anyway, we've got that going on. And then my Bernat Soup and the Fluffy was up. Bernat Fluffy. I only have like a couple balls of this stuff. Fluffy. Oh, there's Fluffy. Well, not really, but we'll just put it there. Don't tell anybody. And don't worry, I'll forget that I put it there too. Okay, Bernat Super Value. That's another thing done. Okay, that's holding up my table, so I can't move that. Okay. Oh my God, Peyton's Misty. This bin is old as hell. A remote control. Oh my God, this bin is so old. I got Bernat Maker Fashion, which was before Bernat Maker came out. But it's the same yarn, and I love this yarn. These yarns, I think I was selling at Creative Festival. It has my price tags on them. Okay, so we got some cotton. That is Bernat Maker Tiny. Garbage. Yeah, garbage. You can't get that yarn anymore. Oh, Red Heart Grande. No, this was Bernat. Super bulky. Super bulky. We'll just keep it super bulky. Remember when they made that big blanket that was like $150 for the whole ball? And people were like having a bird about it. Okay. Peyton's Bohemian. That is old as Jesus. You know what? I think Peyton's Bohemian, I'm willing to bet Peyton's Bohemian is the prelude to Bernat Blanket yarn. Is there even a date on this thing? 2013. So actually, Bernat Blanket was out in 2013. I'm looking at the dot lot. You know what though? I can use that on camera as off-white. Nobody would know the difference. Just don't tell anybody. Oh my God, sparkle yarn. King Cool. Huh. It says it's tinseled chunky. Does that look chunky to you? Actually, that's kind of fun yarn. I'm going to keep it with my Christmas because I could use that as like Christmas tinsel. Okay, cotton. Simply Soft. Peyton's Misty. I cannot believe I still have Peyton's Misty. Anybody remember this yarn? I think it only lasted one season. I really liked this yarn. It just didn't last. I will keep it that because that's a good sample yarn to do stitch work with. Safety eyes. Who does red eyes for a safety eyes? Who buys red eyes for a safety eyes? Okay, Simply Soft. Anyway, we have a central vac system in the house. It sucks up so much dog hair that it just tells me to go F it myself. Okay, that is ombre. That's Karen's jumbo ombre. Actually, my friend Kelly used this yarn. I'll take it to group. Okay. Next box. I know, what am I thinking? Oh, it's on sale! Oh. That's right. So here's some truth. I would not have this much yarn if I wasn't in the crochet business, just so you know. So I wouldn't, but I have heard that they who die with the most yarn in their collection wins. I think I'm a winner, okay? You're looking at a winner today. Be jealous. That's Karen. Terry towel. So, cotton, terry towel. I think I'm gonna leave this by cotton. I have to place an order for Lily Sugar and Cream. Bernat patchwork. I love this yarn. Love it. So my Bernat blanket is in the other room. Okay. So I just got a shipment of Bernat Maker Splash. Have you heard of it? I love this yarn. I like Bernat Maker as a whole, but the new color lineup for Bernat Maker Splash is so much fun to work with. It's just colorful. It's awesome. Right. So my favorite color of the Bernat Maker Splash is actually concrete. This color here. I love the way that this stitches up. I love the colors. It does actually look like concrete. And so I just did a dragon bag with this. It's just here on the channel. It's called the Dragon's Horde bag with Bernat Maker Splash. I love it. You're going to need a Kleenex. It's that good. Makes you drool. Okay, Maker Splash. So the thing I like about Maker the most, it is the best yarn to teach somebody to crochet with, in my opinion, because it's a tube structure. So therefore the plies do not split. So if you're ever teaching somebody how to crochet, it's the yarn to use. And so I teach a lot of my knitting videos using this yarn for that same purpose. It's thick, it's easy to look at. But it's not so thick that you're bull-legged at the end of the series. Like, it's thick, but it's not crazy thick. But it's good. Like, look at the colors. Yeah, you like when Daddy rips open the bags. Bernat Maker Splash. This is Granny Square. Flower. Oh, that's flower color. this is baby yarn. I need a section for baby yarn. Where am I going to put baby yarn? I don't want to use this shelving, but I will put it there temporarily. And when I say temporarily, probably for the next 5 years. Okay, Bernat Maker Splash. I still have Red Heart Huga yarn too. I never really got into that yarn, but I have it. I actually have a whack of it. I should give it away. Okay, another box done. Don't be judging. This is so pathetic. How much yarn can a guy go through for another damn sale? You know, hit that love button, folks, because this is true addiction and I'm winning. So do you think that's my last box of yarn? I'm talented. Okay, Bernat Blanket is the other room. Of all the new Bernat blankets so far, I've been collecting Bernat Blanket Mystical. This yarn here. Right. Oh, so operational says she has a yarn store. We're doing a field trip to Operation Sailor. We're gonna do a field trip to her house. Okay, Bernat Spark. I haven't done much with this at all. Bernat Spark, if you recall those kits, do you remember they came out with Bernat Quick Weave? This? Well, anyway, Bernat Spark is actually the yarn that they used inside the kit to make these designs. So they came out with this, and then 6 months later, then they came out with the Bernat Spark, which was the same yarn. I haven't done much with it as a crocheter. Well, haven't done anything with it, but it's the same yarn that was in that box. And I quite like the look of it. It's just, for crochet, it looks a little too messy for me, but I think maybe if I pulled out my knitting needles and really go hardcore at it. Yeah. So this is Bernat Mini Makers. So if you want to do amigurumi with that Bernat Maker, which is excellent for that, have all the colors inside one package, right? Okay, this is Red Heart Flower Power. It's up here. Okay, Bernat Fluffy. Where did I put that? Remember I said I was going to put it in a safe spot? Oh my god. Where did I put it? fluffy. Right there. So I have Bernat fluffy. I bought this stuff at Michael's. Why don't we remember that? Because I'm an idiot, okay? It's not talented just because I'm an idiot. Okay, that's Red Heart Super Saver brushed. So I don't have much spark. Not spark. Bernat. So I really like this yarn. I just haven't figured out what to do with it yet. Bernat Lattice yarn. It's got a hint of color inside the yarn. Do you see it? Second shelf down was fluffy. Yeah, right here is fluffy. Oh, up there was fluffy too. You're right. Ah, why do you remember that stuff? Oh. So anyway, sometimes I get the yarn from Yarnspirations and it's not even labeled. So I get prototype yarn. So this is Purple Dusk. So that's a prototype ball there. Did I ever tell you the time where I did a whole blanket and design it and it turns out that they accidentally sent me the prototype yarn that didn't even exist? And I did the whole project and then I said, I'm done. And they're like, oh shit. They didn't say, oh shit. I said, oh shit. Because so anyway, so it turns out they gave me yarn that was to be used a year later. So actually this is the year that I came out and it was Bernat Maker. And they're, because I showed them the sample and they said, what colors are that? And I said, well, you sent me this stuff. And it turns out that the team accidentally sent me the prototype yarn for the following year. So I have a blanket that was actually a year earlier than it should have been. So I end up putting that video to the membership on YouTube, the Journey membership, without really saying anything. Okay, this here, Karen Colorama Haze, my Haze and Halo are kind of the same. They're not the same, but they're kind of. So I used to film in this room quite a bit, and there used to be a nail right here. And I was make-believing that I was about to be really upset and I was going to bang my head. And just seconds before I banged my head on the wall here, I noticed that there was a nail. But I was like full force at it, and I honestly would have put a hole in my head. Not, you know, I know what you're thinking. Well, don't you already have a hole in your head? And I'm like, well, that might be actually somewhat true. But yeah. Okay, Bernat. Okay. Okay, where's Daddy going to put his big balls? Bernat. Lattice. Oh, shit. Bernat Spark. Oh, it's such a sin. I don't even know where to put my balls. I'll put the Spark up there. It is so, like, it's going to send somebody's OCD through the roof. But I'll just put it up there. But you know what the nice thing about it? Nobody else lives here but me. And Daniel never comes in here, so it's okay. Okay, I have more lattice somewhere else. Okay, so these are partially used balls from my upper TV room. So I am going to be a little cutthroat with this yarn, meaning it might end up in the garbage. Just saying. Okay. Super Saver. Super Saver. Alpaca blend is right there. Okay, I got another package of that. I think I could have bought that stuff. I'll give that out. I think I ran a tutorial with that. I'm going to put it in my tutorial check section. This was Wiggly Crochet. where you crochet the base and then you go over top of it to do a swiggle, a wiggle. Okay, this is Bernat blanket. Am I realistically going to use a deflated ball? I'm just going to see if I have this yarn already. If not, it's going to go in the garbage. Oh, this is, oh, that is Bernat blanket frosting. That's a baby yarn. I'm going to keep that. Okay. Okay, Bernat blanket. Okay, that's Hygge. This is Peyton's Inspire. That's Roving. Heat Wave. Of all the yarns I really liked was the Red Heart Heat Wave that heated up when it sees the daylight. I actually have a collection of that. I still like that. I like the colors they did with it. And actually the samples really photograph well. Okay, this is Bernat Plush that's discontinued. Okay, this is Roll With It Melange. That's Karen Big Cakes. That is garbage. Peyton's Baby Beehive. Baby yarn, baby. Where did I put that baby? I didn't. I put it right here. Okay, Peyton's Hamster is right there. That wasn't Peyton's Inspired. This is Unforgettable. I have a tutorial. Oh. Okay, that is Red Heart Super Saver Ombre. Cotton. Okay, Cinnamon Swirl Cakes. There's enough yarn to do something with that, but I can give that away. This is Red Heart. It's a wrap. This here, I don't remember the name of it. That's a Colorama. Oh, it's garbage, I can't remember the name of it. And this is Brushed. That's Ombre. What yarn was that? That wasn't Big Cakes, it was something like that. Oh. It's the Yogos. the big donut. Mercerized cotton. That's Peyton's Grace. I love Peyton's Grace. Swirl cakes. I have enough to do a little swatch sample. Peyton's inspired. It's right here. And Hugga. Okay, that's giftable. No, I can get that. I don't need to keep that. Okay. This box was actually on the book cover for our book. Just seeing if there's anything in it. There's still yarn in it from the book. It was on the front cover. When I'm pointing at the chest, it's this one. And I got this box, I think, at Winners. I think for the US, it's like a Marshall's. And so it's so on the front cover, our book is actually Peyton's inspired yarn. But we intentionally took the labels off of it, and even in the book where Daniel's throwing the balls, it was these balls here. We took the labels off just in case the yarn ever became discontinued, which is not. Still out. It's actually available at Michael's, and so that the book cover would not have a brand on there that would look like it expired. So I was given the Peyton's inspired to do the main feature pattern, the study of the journey. And I only had a few colors of it. I didn't have all the colors. And so I only had the blues that you saw in the book. But then what I did is that I went back in the future, and when I actually filmed it, I actually used as many colors as I could, and you'll find that on our website. the study of the journey. So then I used as many Peyton's inspired colors as I could. We were talking to Lisa from Ohio, and one of the restrictions I have as a designer is that I have to make sure the project stays affordable. So if I change color too often and I create too many leftover balls, then people get really upset about it. So what will make or break a design is the cost to make the design. Isn't this ridiculous? They were having a Red Heart Biddy sale. Do you remember that? That was like back in February. Oh, that was that big sale that they, or March, when they were having that big sale. Okay. Got more Red Heart Soft. So Red Heart here in Canada is hard to find. And it's, so a lot of my history is based on Bernat as a brand, because Bernat was Canadian, is Canadian. And so my experience with Red Heart was very limited until I kept using Bernat because we had Zellers at the time. Canadians will know what that is. And anyway, so then Walmart comes to town and had Red Heart with it on the shelves, but Red Heart was expensive by $1. And anyway, I was living check to check, so I stayed with Bernat. So when I met Daniel, he says, you really got to try other brands. And so my first fancy yarn I ever bought was James C. Brett Chunky Marble. It was $11 a ball back in 2009. And I honestly thought I was going to have a coronary buying that yarn, because I had never bought yarn that expensive before, because I was always like the discount queen. And I said, I just don't understand like why this yarn is like $11 a ball, and yet I love the way it looks, but I couldn't justify the cost. And it turns out I learned in the years that really the manufacturing of the yarn is what determines really the price, but it's also the markup of what the store wants. So and I realized that not all yarn is value yarn, and some of it is just fancy for the sake of being fancy. But here's the kicker though, is that there's always choice, right? So this whole box right here is actually kit after kit of the crochet hooks I love. I end up buying a ton of them. Just a whole box of it. Those are the ones that I always seem to lose an H hook. So I have like tons and tons, and I get them from Amazon. And I think there's like $15 Canadian, which is cheap for the whole kit. And I think in the US, I looked it up, it's only $9 for a kit. Okay. Peyton's Norse right here. It's Norse. Terry towel, cotton terry, and this is Bernat blanket. Here's where all my laundry baskets are. Okay, so I'm going to keep that. So Karen and I went to Jimbo to see the drag show, and it's the last drag show I've ever seen. So we were VIP because we were front row, and anyway, so we got a whack of stuff, and we were considered super fans, so we got to meet Jimbo, and anyway, it was a lot of fun. So his show was so good, though I have never been back to a drag show since, and I don't watch RuPaul any longer. Jimbo was on the show, I think, 3 times, and you know what they have to do on the show is it's garbage. What they have to do on the show, I almost think they humiliate themselves. So, you know, you really gotta determine you know, how much you really want to watch a show like that. So anyway, this was the study of Christmas cookies in a trial format. So I keep stuff like this as a swatch. Actually, the YouTube videos that have the, oh, it's got marked what video it was. So these are all the different little swatches that I do. And so anyway, I keep stuff like this as my stitch library. This was teaching how to make a V corner to corner. So up and then down. So you can do corner to corner and like a V chevron as well. And I don't know why I remember that stuff. But this is garbage. So anyway, in my other yarn room, I have a swatch shelf. So if I'm ever looking for an idea to crochet, then I look at my swatches and then I say, oh, maybe I can use this, maybe I can use that. So they're not really wasted for me at all. Sometimes it's easier just to pull out your swatches and actually see what you want to create through something that you've already done, and then you know you're capable of doing it too. Okay, this is Bernat Maker, or sorry, Macrame. I use this outside in the garden. Classic wool worsted is the other one. Okay, that is melange, that's donatable. Okay, cotton. There's not a lot of cotton here. It's garbage. This, I think, is Peyton's inspired. That's super value. That's not enough to do anything with it. That's okay. Mercerized cotton. I was doing doily work with this stuff, which there's video tutorials probably on that. So I tend to substitute, when it's crochet thread, I substitute with Peyton's Grace yarn. Okay, this is plush. I love this yarn, but it was discontinued. It's miniatures. It's fancy. Fancy. Okay, this is fancy. I can tell by the feel of it. It's got real wool in it. It's alpaca blend. So I tend to do a lot of the swatches with alpaca blend because I like the way it looks in photography. Okay. Okay, that's cotton. Cotton. That's the other rim. Okay, that's Maker. And macrame is back here. So I like using the Bernat Maker for my outdoor installation stuff. I would not say it's very outdoorsy though, but for what I'm using it for, it's fine. I think in time it kind of disintegrates. Okay, this is garbage, 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 and garbage, and garbage. Okay, it's a winder. Karen has my good winder. That's the second one I have. So this is from Jimmy Bean's. This is a portable crochet hook case. So they had a prototype and they showed us to me. So you open it and then it just why am I struggling? Oh, okay. So what it is, it's a portable case. So anyway, so you have your thing so it can sit on the desk like that. So you have all your supplies, and this is magnetic, so it holds it down. And when you're done, you can just fold it up and just close up the zipper. But see, so you can buy that at Jimmy Bean's Wool. So it's a good portable case to set up your little station. So when we go out to doing the different events, people have these, and they have their whole desk set up like that. Yeah. So what time do I wake up? 7:30. Yeah. So Wendy's here on the channel, so she's commenting it's her favorite tool. It made Wendy soil her chair. Yeah. Nobody used the chair forever and ever. They had to burn it. It's such a cool idea though. Okay. Pathetic. where did I put that? That big sale that they had did me in. There's so much in my box that is gonna fall over the place. Okay, so I got terry cotton, okay, Bernat blanket. There's other room. So some of this is purchased from Michael's that I toss in, and some of it is online. Most of it is online, actually. That's simply me. Simply me. Simply me. I was looking for that ball. Yeah, that's what we all say. Okay. Okay, so I went a little nuts on Bernat Maker because I love this yarn, as I said. Okay, so let me just set the little section. Okay, this is that terry cloth. Have you seen this yarn? This is a Bernat cotton terry, so it looks like terry cloth. How did that all fit into one box? Very carefully. This boy knows how to shove things in a box. Okay, that sounded weird, but it's true. Okay. Okay, so I have more bitty stripes. I'm obsessed with the bitty stripes. Anybody get obsessed with the bitty stripes? Red Heart bitty stripes. Oh my god. It is so good. I don't even smoke, but I probably have to put a package of cigarettes with it. It's so good. So satisfying. Okay, a maker. More super value. Maker. Maker, baby yarn. Terry cloth or terry towel or cotton terry. Simply me. Maker, terry, maker. So I said near the beginning of the broadcast, I like to take my balls out of my bags, let the air breathe on it. If it gets dusty, that's why you were given arms and legs. You can bang it off them. Okay, that's terry, simply me. Super value. Simply if I have duplicates, I like to put the duplicate colors behind so that I know that there's other choices by seeing all the available colors up front. So if I'm looking for more, I can just look in behind. Okay, Bernat Maker. I need a whole shelf ripper knot maker now. So inconvenient. Okay. Karen, I think I know why you're calling me. I haven't said anything about it. I'm assuming that she's on this broadcast. I don't know. So I'm putting my cotton with my cotton. So I'm going to be back in just a few moments. I better call her back. And I'll be back in just a few moments. Yes. Hang on. I put on my earbuds. So seeing if I got my connection with you. Okay. Okay. I can still hear you. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. This place is a dump, Karen. A dump. Oh my God. How much balls does a man need? Oh, you did? Oh. Oh, really? What is it? Don't be like that. What do I possibly need at the Pride show? Is it something? Is it jewelry? Yeah, because I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind like a Pride necklace, like a nice one, not a cheapy shitty one. Yeah, like a chain. Yeah, I don't need anything like the leather chaps or anything like that. But I could use. Yeah, you know, something like with nuts and bolts or something that creative on the necklace. That's kind of fun. Yeah. And do you need to know how thick my neck is? Ah, of course you do. I don't even know, Karen. Yeah, yeah. You have the same thickness of neck. Oh my god, my shoe, the analytics on Facebook with my shoes have been nuts. I haven't even bought anything. It's just a shoe after shoe after shoe, and I don't even need them. I know, Karen. It's a sickness. But I used to have a lot of shoes, and then my last partner made me throw them all out. Yeah, I was not happy because I had platforms. Oh my god, my platforms were so tall that I literally twisted my ankle in the streets of Toronto. But I still look fucking cool. I don't know what they were thinking, but they made the undersides much smaller than the actual thickness of the shoe. And when I turned my ankle, oh my god. Yeah, I know. And all these gays are looking at me. I'm like, I gotta walk this off. Oh, I heard. Daniel actually showed me a photo. I guess yesterday, and a guy in a fuchsia thong. Yeah. No. Really? What? What? Wow. It's put Cindy on the phone. Hey Cindy, that photograph of you in the Chai Cats is one of my most favorite photographs I've ever seen online. Oh my god, this just the energy of your face in the stands with the game. I am obsessed with that photo. I just loved it. It was a wonderful photo. Uh, oh, yeah, and I wondered that. Oh my god. I saw that. Oh really? Are you guys trying to really? In a good way, Cindy? Ooh. Oh. Wow, that sounds pretty fun. Yeah. Yeah. So did uh oh my god. Yeah, eh. Oh, you guys have got out of here. This weekend has been absolute shit here. It has been cold and rainy. It sucks. So anyway, so I was gonna go to the 4 Points flea market just to hit it up without Karen there. And anyway, yeah. So anyways, I know. So they canceled on Friday morning saying the weather, and I'm like, because I never watched the weather, and I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna rain all weekend. I might as well clean the room because the Nova Scotia people are coming. And so anyway, so I determined to do that, and then CBC got a hold of me on Friday night saying that they would like to do an interview. So I'm like, oh my god, thank God I'm at least already started cleaning. It's both. It's both. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So anyways, yeah. Yeah, I was really surprised. I was really surprised because you never expect the mainstream media to pick up on somebody like me. So, yeah. Oh, oh, stop it. Stop it. But, uh-huh. That's true. That's true. Yeah. So anyway, so mhm. No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Yeah. Uh, oh, okay. So that's all good. That's all good then. Yes. It's all good then. Like you got a good feel for that. Uh, okay, good. Well, that's what we need to know, right? Yeah. So what's with you guys wearing Tilly hats? Uh, uh-huh. Oh, really? Oh, thank you for that. Yes. Oh, wait. So wait a minute. Wait. Since when are we best friends? I never heard that out of your mouth before. Oh, that's what she said. Okay, good. Okay. I just don't want you putting labels in my mouth, in your mouth. Oh. Karen. So funny. Yeah. Yep. Hmm. Oh, Jesus. Yes. Oh, that's fun. Well, you look at you all networking and shit. Yep. I've got a whole bin of yarn that I don't want to even go through. I think I'm just gonna give it away. Everything. It's all like stuff from tutorial work. I'm just making sure the big balls are. I'll take it to group and get rid of it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the Maker Studio will take balls too. No, they just use it as their projects to teach people with. Like I'm okay with that as long as they're not trying to make money off of it. I'm okay. Yeah. Yeah. So good. So how so the Dyke Parade, I saw that online. Now, now I did see Cindy with those other lesbians, and the one's flexing her muscles, and I'm like, my money's still on Cindy. I'm sorry. Yes, I did. Yeah, I know. I saw her too, but that one flexing her muscles, and I'm like, oh my god, my money's on Cindy. She can pickleball her to death. Actually, that sounded better in my head. Yeah. All good? Yes. Fun. Wow. Jesus. Really? Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. Really? Well, that's okay. Well, figures. Did Cindy wear hers? Oh, of course she did. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Fun. Really? No, because I'm cleaning my room. You're on my earbuds. Aren't you always? Yeah. So yeah. Aren't you always in my head? Aren't you always in my head? No. That one's for sure. Yeah. 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 No problem. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I actually had a preliminary interview with the guy yesterday. I have no idea. What time is it? No idea. Oh. Oh, you got some people? Oh. Well, it is summertime. Yeah. Why don't we do that? Okay. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, always. Yeah. Oh, um, yeah, yeah. We won't talk about that. Yeah. Um, I had a thought process for you for something. I don't recall. Oh, one of the crocheters was suggesting for everybody to bring crochet cardigans for Nova Scotia for the evenings. I don't think they realize how cool it gets in the summer here, especially if they're in Digby. Okay, that's good. It could be. It's just I just worry that somebody might not actually pack a real sweater, and then it's not gonna be warm enough. Because it was only 13 degrees here yesterday. It was only 13 degrees here yesterday, and that was and it was raining, and we're not even on the coast. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I know. It's only two and a bit weeks. But, yeah. Yeah, it's all the loose ends, literally. Yeah. Good. 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 Okay. Well, enjoy your Pride Festival. Yep. Yep. Yeah. I've been live on YouTube the whole time. Yeah. Keeping me company. So I'm almost done though. So it's good. Yep. Okay. Okay. Well, enjoy your day. Oh, okay. Perfect. Okay. Okay. We'll talk to you later. Okay. Bye-bye now. Thanks for coming out. Bye-bye. See ya. Anyway, that was Karen on the phone. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So there you go. So I am almost done. This table's garbage. I'm gonna throw this table out. It is bad. I could keep it, but then I'd be a real hoarder if I did that. Fine, I'll keep it. Making me do stuff I don't like. It's missing a leg. Okay, so I still have, I'll get my earbuds out. We still have this yarn here. Okay. So there's some really odds and sods here. I'm thinking I'm just going to take the rest of the... I just don't feel like cleaning anymore, and I think I'm just going to take the rest of it to group and just give it away. And I think I need a cup of tea. Look at that, more crochet hooks. Oh, Bernat blanket, oh go. I thought I actually got rid of all that. Oh, you don't even want to know about that one. It's what you think it might look like. I had a joke, a little short about that, but then Wendy said, nope, you're not posting that online. And I said, Wendy, don't be like that. And she goes, if you want your sanity, don't post stuff like that online. And she wasn't wrong either, just so you know. So our supper group on Friday, Karen and our other neighbor that meets for supper, they happen to meet back up in Toronto for Pride. So Karen is not a lesbian or anything like that, but she supports people like myself. So she wanted to go to Pride and be part of the celebration. So that was important for her. Okay, this bin I think is going to get donated out. Just, are people really going to use this stuff? Okay, that's Red Heart Comfort. That is Simply Soft. If you look at the sheen of the yarn, the actual tin, I think this stuff's garbage. Like, what am I going to do with these balls? Like, not much. These, with burnout blanket, these little balls don't go very far. And obviously they've been in that bin for probably a couple years. So I have another laundry basket back. Okay, another bin. Isn't this insanity? Oh, that's Karen tea cakes. Mystical. Another recycle bag. Okay. That I think is a tutorial online, but I'll have to check before I. It's definitely crocheted too. Okay, Bernat macrame. So I still have to go through the shelving and all the tail ends and stuff and just kind of like make it look pretty. Karen baby cakes. Obviously I was at Michael's and I had to have it. Okay, this is fancy yarn. That is a linen. This is muskox. Yeah, yeah, it's muskox. That's also muskox. Oh, this is my muskox stuff. Oh, and this is from Ice, or that is from Ice. Something is in. It's in Alaska. It's in Palmer. That's where I got that stuff. This is fancy stuff. Okay, I have another bin. Okay, this is a really old Creative box. Christmas. Oh my God. Panama Canal certificates for the cruise. That's just garbage. That is Bernat mega bulky. Put that up there. Oh dear. Okay, this stuff's garbage. Oh, marker still works. These are Daniel's glasses. Okay, another rescue box. cannot be good. This box is probably 7 years old, at least in the minimum, and there's chocolate in it. That is garbage. These are the crochet activity books. A lady online was selling these, so I supported her and I bought 3. You seen that before? These are I could probably give these away. This actually, Nova Scotia Tour Group. I will put that with that group. Canada hat. Do I need it? I'm very conscious about red hats. It says Canada on the back though. Okay. Kitty cat. Okay, let me just do it quick.
So I have to decide. Red Heart Unforgettable. I have had this since I've lived here, since 7 years. I think I'm just going to give it away. I honestly don't think I'm going to do anything with it. So anyway, I think I'm going to give it to people in the group. I like this yarn, but I just honestly don't think I'm going to get to it. This is the tutorial sample for study of Christmas cookies, but I don't need that anymore. Okay. That's probably garbage. This was supposed to be a bouquet holder for a book that I was writing, but I decided to stop doing it. Okay, that was a prototype sample. Never did anything with that. I think Yarn Inspirations came out with that, but I don't remember the name of it. Anybody? Oh, called Lava Cakes. So I say it's prototype because it's got nothing on the label. Like as far as like technical detail. Kitty cat. London Fog. Or sorry, Lincoln Fog. Alpaca blend. So this bag is for donation. Okay, that bag is recycled. This bag is garbage. The dog chewed on the end of my crochet hook. This bag is garbage. Okay, so I think this room is done. And I still have to organize the yarn on the shelf to clean it up a lot. But everything is where it's supposed to be. I just gotta make it look better. Okay, this has to go to group. Okay, so I guess that's it for now. We hope you have a great afternoon. I'm gonna have a break. I'm gonna get back to the other room, the other yarn room. Start the breakdown on that one as well. That's it for now. We hope you have a great afternoon. We'll see you. Uh-oh, how do I get out of this thing? There we go.